Hello and welcome to the 2025 edition. I've completely lost track of the episodes now, so I'm going to call this the 2025 edition.
2025 edition, yeah. We're just like
This could be something interesting.
starting again.
Exactly. We're starting from scratch after a hiatus, a long hiatus. Today's going to be an interesting one. I feel like I say that every time, but it always is interesting. Hence why it's called This Could Be Something Interesting. But then again, we do find everything interesting.
And it turns out, Barrett, none of it was interesting.
Exactly.
We need to talk about something really
one listener.
Uninteresting. We need to talk about a subject that's so boring one day and see if we can find it interesting.
Yeah. That's actually an interesting idea. See, this is the fucking problem.
Well, I do. There's potential in it. Well, yeah. I mean, that I think that is the whole point of the show. Just, you know, can you
make
see
anything interesting?
Can we make this interesting? What is this interesting thing?
Yeah, it's a good point, actually. I feel like if anyone's got something that's really flipping boring, I'd love for you to like drop us a comment or DM us and let us know
what the most boring thing is.
Challenge, yeah, the most boring thing that you can think of that you can challenge us with.
As a concept, as a thing.
As a concept, as a topic.
As a topic, what is the most boring topic? It's probably going to be,
tractors. I mean, tractors are fascinating.
Tractors are fucking great. What are you talking about? They're so good.
That's what I mean. You see the problem?
Have you seen them?
Like,
it's like, what the fuck? No. But I think it's going to be that kind of stuff that's like...
You say something, and I promise, like I will be like,
no, but like probably like the fine print of like.
But fine print is fucking interesting because nobody reads it. Like, how confusing is that?
But the fine print of like really confusing, like, I was gonna say tech, but I don't mean tech. But like, there are some things that are very painful to read over. Like, or do you think maybe they are actually really entertaining? Terms and conditions.
Here's like the irony behind this though, and this is why I think like we're stuck in this massive fucking paradoxical loop, because anything that is like quote unquote boring or uninteresting is generally unexplored because it's boring and it is perceived as being boring and uninteresting, i.e. the small print or terms and conditions. Nobody reads it because nobody's got time because it's boring and uninteresting.
You should read the terms and conditions.
Exactly. it's the very fact that nobody ever reads it because it's so boring that it becomes interesting when you actually make it a topic.
I mean, it would actually be quite. We should try and maybe find.
It would be fascinating.
The most commonly clicked terms and conditions out there, and read it. Should we? As
an episode.
Just read the whole terms and conditions because there are some, aren't there? Right, there must be the most common terms and conditions out there.
That's it.
That we're all. That's it. That's what we're doing.
Terms and conditions. That is going to be episode, whatever, 20 something of 2025.
Terms and conditions. I mean, it has a sort of like a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Terms and conditions.
Yeah, terms and conditions may apply.
Terms and conditions may apply.
Yes.
They even when they squeeze it, even when they're saying it out loud in like an advert, how they speed up that bit. Because even like it's not even like the terms and conditions. Just the saying terms and conditions is apparently so boring that they need to speed up. Terms and conditions may apply. You're like, sorry, what may apply?
Classic. I've actually forgotten what we were going to be talking about. No, I remember now. Phobias. Weirdest phobias.
Phobia of terms and conditions.
Because there are really, really weird phobias. There must be a phobia of terms and conditions. Actually, that'd be quite a good starting point. Phobia of terms and conditions. What do you think the
or
chances
accept or
are?
accepting the terms and conditions,
What do you think
or
the chances are of there being a
it's got to
phobia of
be. I
terms
mean,
and
like, because we all have to do it, and it is actually like quite a. You don't know because you don't take the time.
there's not.
It's not.
There's not. I mean, there
There will be
probably
after
is.
that episode.
I guess well, this is the interesting thing about phobias, right? It's kind of like a phobia is a fear, or you know, actually, let's start there. Backtrack.
What, what is a phobia?
Define phobia. Okay, so Google's definition of a phobia is an extreme or irrational fear or an aversion to something. Okay, so you could still have, someone could have an extreme irrational fear of terms and conditions, but it hasn't been defined by what even is the defining criteria of a phobia?
Yeah, I
Like
guess that's
what,
kind of
what
interesting. There's ones that we've created words for, and then there are
Yeah,
ones
yeah, yeah.
which
Some of them
people
do have kind of
people just
medical.
have.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
wonder if like some of them, like who makes up these names? Are they like medical diagnoses? Some of them are, sure, but like so one of them that came
yeah. I
up, I
suppose.
just typed in weirdest phobias into Google, right? And the first one that comes up is a fear of long words. And
How do you
the
spell that, please?
the most hilarious thing about this is it's the longest word you will ever see. It's, you ready?
Yeah.
Hippopotamustrosequiptalabriphobia. That's gotta be a flipping.
Could you imagine when you're like, you go to the doctors, you're like, oh, I've got this terrible fear. I was like, well, what you're suffering from is, and they're like, oh God, why are you doing this to me? That is kind of like a bit of a sick joke, really, isn't it? That's a bit cruel. Because if you ever did find out you've got it,
Whether
then
you get
you're,
it in a letter or they read it out to you, it's going to be equally
or you just
terrifying either way.
Google it. You just
Yeah.
Google, oh, I have this fear of long words. What is that? And then suddenly it get, and you're, oh God. Hippo. I mean, why hippo? Hippo. I mean, this is more of a subject of a.
It's like
What's the word for
hippo.
creating words?
Yeah,
That's not
why
etymology.
why is it
it's,
hippopotamus?
but but that's a subject, isn't it? Like how you create words. Like hippo is in relation to something, and
All right, so
they're
if
all
anyone's
segments of
listening to
something.
this right now, you need to Google fear of long words. It's like hippopotamonstrossequiptaleophobia. Is a fear of long words. Ironically, it is also the longest word in the dictionary. It's actually in the dictionary as well. This is insane. That is just an absolute piss take, isn't it? Another name for this phobia is
Yes,
pedalophobia.
sesquipedalophobia is caused by anxiety felt from the possibility of getting stuck when pronouncing certain words. I get
Common
that
in people with
short
dyslexia.
words. I don't have a problem.
Do you have it? Do you have a fear of long words?
I get a fear of like when I go to a restaurant and then it's like some Italian dish, and then I just choose.
Oh, you have to pronounce it.
I just choose. And they're at like a really awkward angle for the table that
Yeah.
I can't just point to it. They're not going to see, and then I can't just you got to just try and say it. But it's all. But it's not that. That's not a fear of it being long. It's about the fear of it being another language. I'm like, I don't fucking know how you pronounce that. I don't know, I don't know how you fucking say that. So maybe no, not long words. When I look at a very long word, I kind of enjoy that actually. I actually kind of enjoy looking at that and kind of working out how you say that because it's so ridiculous, isn't it? It almost looks like when there's a word that long, it kind of looks like lots of little words, really. I mean, you can't really just read that all in one go naturally, almost.
That's true. Wow, there's a fear of clothing.
Are those people naked?
It must be, surely. Vestiphobia. For many people, this manifests as a fear of a specific garment.
a particular piece of clothing.
It sounds like it, yeah.
I kind of like I can understand that. I think that's I can see how that could
Yeah, it's
come
like
up
yeah, it's just like causing one to feel constrained or like claustrophobic.
like a straight jacket
Mm.
or a body warmer. I think there are lots of things that could. I think most people probably have a bit of a can have a bit of a discomfort
I do
towards a
wonder
certain piece of
how.
clothing.
I do wonder how though, like, but that's the thing with phobias, right? And I think there must be some sort of what do they call it? Like a kind of diagnosis, like a criteria to which you are, deemed as having an actual phobia versus just feeling a bit uncomfortable about clothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's one of
Yeah,
those
what
things
was
where
that
it's
in
like.
definition of it? It was like, an extreme
Yeah, and
fear.
I think the normal kind of like medical criteria for most things is if it's stopping you from living your normal day-to-day life
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
i.e. you can't go out in public. So like there's a fear of beards, right? So it's like if you didn't want to go out in public because you were scared you would see someone with a beard, like that would probably be classed as a phobia because it's now preventing you from
Yeah,
living a normal life. I guess
yeah.
that's the defining characteristic here of what it means to have a phobia. Do you think you have any phobias that you would say like?
Think I have any phobias? Not that come to my mind. Maybe if we read more phobias, I might sort of like, because I think, do you know what I mean? Like, well, no, I don't think I have anything that extreme. Like I said with the clothing, oh yeah, we can all experience that, and and even saying that you can understand certain things. I can't think of anything that's that extreme. But then again, I think maybe people probably. I think we might find that people probably do. I guess maybe they're just sort of so. It's very easy, I guess, for people to probably accept that they have certain behaviors, and they don't accept that it might actually be a phobia.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? Even if that's like a kind of social thing or a kind of, and then maybe it might not be that extreme, but we probably do have some behaviors that we're not admitting are a phobia because we've just maybe learned to live with them. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Do you
Yeah,
feel like you have
because
any phobias?
yeah, I feel like I probably do, but again, I can't think off the top of my head. There are definitely situations that I would go out of my way to avoid, for sure. Like I can't think of like specific things off the
Yeah.
top of my head, but like I know there are things where it's like I will go out of my way to avoid certain things. I mean, I used to have a massive phobia of spiders. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened with that actually. It kind of just like he just like
You just got
randomly
over it.
disappeared one day. But like I was terrified. Like,
You were.
I
You were.
yeah, you remember,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
You could not deal.
honestly, I remember. I still like I so vividly remember like seeing like this massive spider downstairs when we were in Beaumont Close, and it like ran out from the sofa, and I couldn't move from the sofa because we were in this like Mexican standoff, right, where the spider saw me and I saw the spider, and I was like, and it moved so fucking quick, and I was like, shit, if I get off the sofa, he's just gonna like kill me. That's what I mean. That was like the irrationality of it. I was like, this spider's like actually gonna like kill me, and I'm gonna
And
die.
I guess spiders are an interesting one because they're like
They're very unpredictable. I think that was like
people don't like a lot of people don't like them, and it's exactly that they are unpredictable and they move in a certainly kind of stressful, sporadic way, and they can
Yeah.
move fast, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think there's obviously like the things of like we have like some conditionings for generations, maybe. Like, there are spiders
They
that
are always made out to be. It's like they have them at Halloween, don't they? Like they are made out to be these kind of
Yeah, and I
dark,
guess I guess there are spiders as
evil.
well that are actually dangerous.
True, yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if that maybe necessarily ties into other people's fear, but it's like people that have a fear of sharks. I had a friend that was scared of sharks. So terrified, I couldn't even like look at a photo of them. And I just remember thinking like it was because you're never in the water. Like, they're never in the water, but to have it as a fear, it's like, well, don't worry. Honestly, don't worry about it. In general, you're like
Just see a shark walking down the high
you're
street.
totally going to be fine. But they had this terrible fear of it. It was like
What, just like a perpetual fear?
but
in
they were
general?
just terrified of like you couldn't even look at a photo of it. That was horrible. So it's almost
Oh,
like
really?
just
Wow.
the idea of
Yeah.
the idea of a shark was so horrifying. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily linked. I don't know if there's a difference between the fear of the idea of it
It's funny where
and then the fear of actually an actual shark.
but maybe because you never know where that. Like, I mean, that could make sense if it's tied to like, I don't know. Maybe they saw like Jaws as a little kid and they were traumatized by it, and therefore it's kind of like that kind of association, right? It's like whenever they see a shark, it's kind of like this traumatic experience. Because I actually, and this is what I put it down to. I remember. I don't know how. I think maybe it was on TV once. There was a movie called Arachnophobia,
Yeah.
and there was this like massive spider in it, like at the end, like this huge spider. And I think I saw that when I was like super young. So I think maybe that was like stuck in my mind of like,
Do you remember Eight-Legged Freaks as well?
yeah, that was a.
Arachnophobia.
It's a really old movie, I think. I can't remember how old it was.
I kind of recognize it.
I think I remember I saw a bit of it, and I remember feeling really disturbed. So maybe that's where it came from. And then it just one day it just disappeared. But yeah, that was like
Interesting though, isn't it? Because it just sort of feels like, so much of it is just like the idea of the thing and not the thing. Well, like the shark. They might have never seen a shark. They literally might have never actually seen a shark. But they have this fear. And it's like, so what's the difference between the actual thing and just the idea of the thing? Is that, and when you're fearing the idea of something, is that the same as fearing the thing? Because if you saw a shark, you'd have the fear for the shark that you're seeing. If you have fear of an idea of something, are you actually just having a fear of your own imagination? Do you know what I mean, though?
it's an interesting concept. I mean, I guess that's the same with anything, though, right? You could argue like everything
it's all in the brain.
Yeah, it is all in
Even
the
when
brain.
you're looking at it, I suppose.
The meaning we make of anything is we've created it all, right?
Yeah.
There's a fear here called arachibutyrphobia.
Is that
And it's go on, take a
the
guess.
fear of spiders' butts?
That's a good guess. That is actually a good guess. But it's not a fear of spiders' butts. It's a fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
I've heard of that one actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that.
That is a moderate inconvenience. So I'll give you that.
So not fair. Someone else is freaking the fuck out right now, and you're like
listening to this,
and
like,
you're like, oh, fuck's sake. You know what? If you have that level of fear,
yeah, I shouldn't play it down really.
maybe. I'm not saying don't eat peanut butter.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, what a terrible condition to never be able to eat peanut butter.
that is sad.
Some with this condition may be able to eat small amounts of peanut butter, but others will completely avoid ever eating peanut butter or anything with a similar consistency. That
Really?
is tragic.
And you know that like when that it feels like that's what we talk about previous memories. So it's definitely some kind of you nearly choked because you had too much peanut butter when you were a kid.
Do you know what? Do you know what that actually reminds me of? I did have this really irrational fear at one point, and I wonder if there's a name for this, but I had a fear of cheese on pizza, and I'll tell you why. Because of exactly that. Because I several times actually, and this like compounded. And to be honest, this was probably just because I was fucking eating too fast, like I normally do. But I remember, like, have you ever had that where you like eat cheese, like really stringy, gooey cheese, and then you swallow it, and then it kind of like, because it's like stringy, it kind of gets stuck halfway down your throat, and there's still some at the top of your throat, and then it's kind of like, ugh, and you kind of end up choking. And so I had that happen to me, and then I kept swallowing, and like it was still like, because it's this weird consistency, and then I was literally choking, and I was so terrified, and I was like, oh, that must have just been a one-off, and then it happened again like a couple of weeks after that.
In the next slice of pizza. Oh god.
Yeah.
And then I finished the whole pizza.
Because I used to. I mean, to be fair, this probably stopped me being like massively obese. But I used to, like, when I was a fat bastard, I would eat pizza all the time, and I then stopped eating pizza for like probably, I don't know, 3 years after that. Like, I was really scared of pizza, and just I probably, I think I may.
I do know
I
what
would
you
have.
mean.
I would
Yeah,
have
no, I've
eaten
never
cheddar.
had it.
But it's like soft.
But it's that kind of. It's almost like a bit, especially with crap pizza,
Where it's like really like artificial,
fake,
rubbery,
plasticky. Yeah. I know exactly what you
yeah.
mean with that kind of pizza. No, that wouldn't put me off a delicious pizza. Well, yeah, I do. Well, you do get a pizza though if it's really, really fucking hot. Is where you have a bit and then a bit of the cheese falls onto your lip. The boiling cheese. Like it's so hot, but you're so hungry, so you bite a bit and then a bit, and you're like because it's
You
cheese.
keep going anyway.
Like with the throat, it's just like it's not. You can't. You have to go and you're basically sizzled. Have you ever eaten something that's so hot and then you actually have a burn mark and a like a lip?
Yeah.
That it's not a fear, but it's not ideal.
Definitely not ideal. But no, I've had that as well.
Was it on the same day?
It probably was.
I've had
I've had a lot.
You're like,
I've had a lot of experience eating pizza. I'm sure I've had all of the pizza mishaps.
We've all been there.
Oh wow. Okay. Fear of opening one's eyes.
Fear of opening them.
I mean, that just sounds like a fear of the fucking world.
Well, yeah. I mean that
it's
sounds really
scary,
dark
right?
as well, right? You know, there's like how that fear produces itself. Because you're so fucking terrified.
Otophobia, it's called, is a fear of opening one's eyes. This fear can be extremely debilitating. No shit, Sherlock. As it is hard for an individual to carry out any daily. It's hard for an individual to carry out daily activities without opening their eyes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really? People with otophobia may prefer to stay indoors. No shit. Or in dimly lit areas. The phobia is usually associated with generalized anxiety disorder. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess it's like, yeah, wow, that's mad. Like many other rare phobias, this fear is usually the result of a traumatic incident. Yeah, imagine, like, being that traumatized and that terrified where you don't want to see the world. Wow. It's mad to think about, like, that level of fear.
Well, because
Do you
it
know what I
almost
mean?
feels like
Like,
it's not even it almost not necessarily the world. It's almost like whatever you experienced, you just feel like it almost could still be the reality.
well, yeah, I guess
I
even
don't
like
know.
it's just
Well,
overwhelm, like just sensory.
yeah.
So it's almost like a kind of sensory overwhelm, right? Because I
Yeah.
guess even when you've got your eyes closed, and maybe who knows? Like you don't really know where these things come from, but I guess also if you do have your eyes closed, your other senses are naturally going to become heightened. You know, you'll pick up on noises, and you'll start becoming.
Yeah, I can imagine. Especially if you spend a lot of time like that, suddenly.
Exactly, yeah. So the idea of also then adding in another a whole nother layer of sensory input probably is kind of terrifying, right? So I guess the longer you stay like that, the worse it probably gets. That's mad. That's wild. Fear of balloons. I've definitely. I
Yeah,
actually know quite a few
no,
people that have got. That's got
yeah,
that.
I like that. I kind of got that like lightly,
Really?
lightly. Yeah, like
Just fear of balloons popping, though. You mean?
yeah, not balloons, but if I'm blowing up a balloon, because I know like if it
Well,
happens,
eventually, it's gonna pop.
it's gonna be really fucking shocking because it's in my face, and that's definitely because I've blown up a balloon, and it fucking gave me a heart attack.
That's great. In fact, that's a
It
good
is
point.
really shocking, and I do
I
have
to
that
avoid
still. There
blowing up
is a bit of
balloons.
like, oh, I'm a bit like uncomfortable about it, even though I know it's probably not. It takes a lot. It does take an excessive amount of blowing up that balloon. But yeah, lightly, but not a fear of balloons. I'm fine with balloons in
I feel like
general.
that about like mattresses as well. Inflatable mattresses, inflatable beds.
No, because
You know,
they don't pop in the same way. They don't. They
they
don't,
might do. Have
like,
you ever popped? Have you ever
they
popped an
don't
inflatable bed? Did you
explode. You're not lying on it, and then you're like, ah. No, usually, and the same with like exercise balls. They sort of go down, and they pop, but like it's not so bad. But balloons are fucking. They're extreme.
Yeah, they're quite savage. Wow, fear of hair.
Fear of hair.
Hmm.
What do you do in that situation?
Shave everything off.
Do you
Oh
shave
no,
it?
but
No, but then you've got
yeah.
loads of hair everywhere, and it's just
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, this is nice because then you're
Oh yeah.
really
Wow.
dealing with like it in a
Well,
horrible way.
I guess
Because
you get laser surgery, right? Surely.
hair when it's off is kind of worse. When it's
Mm, mm.
unless you just spend a lot of time in the
You just
shower.
do it so often that you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, you don't really ever have those, and you're constantly washing it off.
This
Oh.
phobia may arise. So catophobia, chatophobia is a fear of hair. Phobia can be a fear of one's own hair, other people's hair, or even animal hair. Might be afraid of a hairball on the ground or even combing their hair. They find it extremely difficult to get haircuts. Will generally avoid situation where other people touch their hair. Wow. Fear of work. Classic.
Fear
Oldest
of work.
excuse in the book. Sorry, boss, I can't come in today. I've
What's
got
it called?
ergophobia.
Huh?
Ergophobia.
Ergophobia.
Now you know. Now
Ah,
you know. You just call in and you say, "Sorry, I
you.
got ergophobia."
Yeah, because then you don't even. So, and you know what? They won't ask about it because they'll be like, "Oh, right, yeah, fair enough, man. Don't worry about it.
It sounds
Yeah, I get it.
terrible.
Yeah, sounds awful. Hope you get better soon." And then later they'll look it up when you've been off for like a month. And they're like, "Oh, geez, I wonder how bad it is." And it just says fear of work.
So
How do you
good.
deal with that kind of situation?
Ergophobia is a fear of work. People with ergophobia tend to have extreme anxieties associated with their place of work. Some may have a fear of manual labor or the act of working itself, while others can have fear of finding a job. I mean, yeah, like that I get.
I
All
guess
of
I
these
really get
cases
it
would be
with the job.
classified as ergophobia. The fear can lead to anxiety attacks and impair one's ability to function professionally.
I think that could probably happen to, like, I think anyone could probably experience. I think it's the job, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more a fear
The,
of your job as opposed to
yeah, like,
or your or the idea of like it says like the idea of finding a job as well. I guess that can be um
yeah, because anyone could find a job that they're like, for whatever reason, it's your personal hell.
mm, mm.
um, or you just need to get a bit of time off, and you just let them know.
Oh wow, check this one out. Phobophobia.
Phobophobia.
You know what
Yeah,
it is?
a fear of fobs.
A fear of phobias.
A fear of
Well, I'm probably
okay.
pronouncing it wrong. It's phobophobia.
Phobophobia. No, is it phobophobia?
Well, PHO. No, it's probably
Phobopho-
phobophobia.
Phobophobia. Phobophobia. I mean, that's kind of funny as well. A
Fear
fear
of
of
phobias.
phobias.
How does that
So,
even? This
yeah,
can be described as
what
a
do you,
free floating anxiety where a person spirals into a circle of anxiety due to fearing fear itself. Oh my God. In
I
that
think
respect, it is a self fulfilling prophecy.
fear of fear
Fearing.
itself. I've definitely felt fear of like feeling y- like, and I suppose it's kind of like that. It's like you like
Well,
fear of
that is an
fear
anxiety attack,
itself.
really. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and I was gonna say like, or like it's like if you suddenly like I felt like you ever feared that you're suddenly like gonna die, and then
mm,
you're you're actually you're fearing you're kind that it becomes a paradox where you're like because you feel like that you're beginning to sort of feel panicky,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah, no,
then the whole thing's just a bit, and then like yeah, so it's like more of an anxiety attack
yeah,
really. It's
because
just this big circle of like oh god.
yeah, well, like when I can totally like when I used to have my anxiety attacks because that was the thing. It's like I knew the moment I felt because it would happen so often. I knew the moment I felt some fear, that would give me more fear because I'm like, oh shit, now a panic
Yeah.
attack is going to start. It's like you're predicting the next thing that's going to happen. So anything like if I don't know got like a random pain in my chest, I would almost like bypass the pain in my chest and go straight to, oh fuck, here we go. I know what my brain's going to do now. It's now going to start this anxiety attack. So I think it comes from like a almost like a knowing yourself and your brain and like how it processes things
Yeah,
and
interesting,
the
isn't it?
thing
As
you
well as
kind
like
of
your nervous system's just like freaking out
mm,
because of it, because it almost is triggering the feeling that there is some threat to
it,
itself.
that's actually quite an interesting concept in itself, right? It's this idea that like we can fear our own minds.
Yeah.
Like you know, it's like we're so powerless to our own biology. It's this idea of like I like my brain is going to do something in this situation. It's going to make me feel a certain way. It's kind of like
I think people can relate to that.
yeah, like the brain has control. Like it's almost like we're a
Yeah.
slave to our brains,
Yeah, yeah. I
right?
think I've known people that sort of spoken in that kind of way as well.
Mm,
Sort of, they're like, "Oh, I'm worried how I'm gonna be."
yeah,
Yeah, that language, and
yeah.
it's sort of like so you're kind of worried that what your brain's gonna how it's gonna bully you. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah, I can totally relate to that.
And I mean, what's
Totally.
also interesting with all that is also like how you can be suffering from this thing. It feels so extreme. Oh my god, like it's the end of the world, and then but for whatever reason, it can disappear.
Mm.
Like if through whatever means, almost as if you know it because it's in the mind. I guess you can somehow spark up some other part of your brain, and that thing that you're suffering from can disappear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here you go. I mean, this kind of ties into it, but this is definitely something I've experienced as well. Dementophobia is a type of phobia.
Dementors.
Dementors, yeah. There's an irrational fear of losing touch with reality or going insane. It's
It's a
kind of
it's
like
a fear
it's a
that you're
fear.
going nuts.
Yeah, it's a fear of losing touch with reality or going insane. Because I think if for anyone who's experienced like severe anxiety or anxiety attacks, like that is how it can feel. It can feel like
Yeah.
you are, you know, like you're going insane. Like you're not in control. Like
Yeah.
you're completely helpless in this situation. Like something's happening to you and you don't have control over it. So it is very much like losing touch with reality. You're like, I don't know what's real anymore. Like, I think that's a real thing, and I think the longer anxiety can go on for, the more that spiral goes down. Wow, that's wild. That is
It is
wild.
an interesting one. how I guess in many aspects, whether that's an anxiety attack, the fear of fear is probably a very common one for most people. As in they're going to get some kind of, like you say, it's like the fear of our own heads is a particularly common one. I mean, and yeah, I guess it's the whole loop of it, because it's almost like all those types of phobias probably do fit into that loop pattern. Where like I'm scared of sharks. Oh no, I'm thinking about sharks. Oh no, now I'm anxious. Circle.
Yeah, it's very true. Eremophobia,
Erema.
the morbid dread of being alone. Wow.
Wow. The morbid dread of being alone. I mean, yeah, that's.
I mean, you have to hope you don't live with someone who's got a morbid fear of being with others. I mean, to be fair, like, does anyone? I mean, well, I guess that's what makes it a phobia in the first place, right? Is kind of like you'd have to have two people, I feel, who have that same phobia. Because I think for most people, I know there's like, this spectrum of introvertedness and extrovertedness and whatever. But like, I feel like most people do need some alone space or some space. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just need space. Like, sometimes you just need your own space. So I feel like to have someone who's like has to be around people all the time, like I can't even comprehend that. But I mean, yeah, like that.
I mean, yeah, absolutely exists though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a funny one, It's like and then sometimes I feel like with all that stuff is like you're not almost sitting with it's almost so much distraction from yourself, isn't it? You're just spending so much time putting it onto others, it's because you actually you don't ever spend any time to sit with yourself.
Yeah.
And it's all a big distraction from. I don't know. It's like, and the same with conversation. In conversation you talk and sometimes there's silence, and that's nice. Some people in conversation, they just talk. As in like, and there's never any gaps between both of you, where you're not saying anything. And I get it, some of it's social awkwardness, but sometimes it's almost like you need the gaps.
Yeah.
They bring the sentence.
Yeah.
Depth.
I like, I mean, I kind of, I probably like force it on. It's not that I never force that on people, but like, I think I'm very like intermittent with sometimes I can talk loads and then other times I just won't say anything. I mean, you've probably noticed this with me, right? Like sometimes I'll be like super talkative and then other times like I just won't say anything for like 2 hours and I'll just be like sitting there. I'm very happy being that way, but I think for other people, like, when I've been with like my friends in the past, they're kind of like, why aren't you saying anything? Like you're like, and people think like something's wrong. They're like, oh, did I say something to upset you or whatever? It's like, no, I've just gone into my own little bubble now. Like, see you later. And I guess that's the thing, right? There is this, especially when you're with people. And I guess it depends on the amount of people. Like if you live with someone, for example, that's a more kind of acceptable way of being, right? Like,
yeah,
because you want your own space. And there's that kind of, what's the word? I don't know really.
Equilibrium.
There's an equilibrium where you're kind of both just two people coexisting. Whereas when you're in a kind of social setting, if you've got friends round or it's an event or something, that is, I think, where there's like an expectation, like to your point of like, okay, I now have to be talkative. And I've never been good at like, I'm either talkative or I don't feel talkative. And if I don't feel talkative, I'm just sit there and I'm not going to say anything. It's not that I'm pissed off with you or anything. Like I'm just in decompression. It's almost like I feel like sometimes I need a like a little sign and it just says like
I'm not talking right now.
temporarily out of order. Do you know what I mean? Like, do not
Do
disturb.
not disturb.
It's like a do not disturb mode, but on. I think eventually people will probably have that. It was quite
It's
funny,
like a type of off
like when
switch.
like when the Apple Vision Pro came out, and they had there was that whole thing, and people saying it's really weird because I think they when you had pass through, the idea like you could actually see people's eyes projected through the visor, and then when you went into full virtual reality, it kind of blocks out your eyes. So it's a similar thing, right? Like,
I'm not available right now.
Exactly. Yeah, you can tell if someone's available because their thing's just shut. I suppose the equivalent of doing that without a headset would be to just close your eyes. then it just looks a bit more weird if you're at a party just sleeping.
You could be smiling though.
True.
And sort of nodding.
That's true.
But maybe you don't want to take part at all.
I do sometimes do that as well. Sometimes I will just close my eyes.
I think it's funny as well, because I think sometimes when you do play with it a bit, people they panic a bit.
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly
they
what
really panic a bit when you're not like returning, and they're like, "What's wrong?" Or like, "What did I do?" Or it's sort of like, nothing. Like, I'm literally just chilling out. Look at that, change of camera.
No, my other camera died.
Oh, did it?
It's like swapped in real time now.
I know, that was weird. I thought it was going to be like a sign that says "Do not disturb," like in the other camera. And I was like, oh, I guess it's just me from now then.
Over to you.
Over to you.
On that note,
you stop talking, and I'm like, I'm panicking, man. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to read out all these phobias.
That would be really funny.
It is an art, though. I think I like, and it's true. Like, same if you're interviewing someone. You want to get something out of them. It's that right amount of timing of silence, where it's not like so long that it's just like taking a piss. But it's good. You should fill, that space with silence, because it really does make a difference in conversation. It does probably get things out of people, and we maybe restrict from it because, fucking, I don't know, feel awkward or something.
100%. I actually loved there was a sales training that I did a little while back, and it's like it's one of like the biggest misconceptions of like sales, and because like typically when you think of salespeople, like the defining characteristic people normally say is, oh, they got the gift of the gab, they're talkers, they can talk, and sell me this pen. That kind of that's a perception of salespeople, and actually like the best salespeople are the ones who don't talk. Like, they talk very, very little of the time. They just ask very, very good questions, and they get the prospect talking. And I remember there was this training I watched, and it was a section about like closing people in particular, like closing the sale. And they talk about like when you give your price. And what a lot of people do is they talk themselves out of the sale, because it will come to giving the price, and they'll say, oh, okay, yeah, the price is £20,000, but within that you get this and this, and then you try and justify the price by waffling on.
Yeah.
So by that point, you've just given someone a load of information, and then they say, oh, I've got to think about it. So what you should actually do is say, oh, it's £20,000, and then and you literally you don't say anything. And I remember doing this, and it was so fun. I loved it so much. It was just amazing, like. Because it was like this weird thing where and the other thing and I found this fascinating as well, and the guy was saying in this training, like, sometimes people will say something but they're not actually asking for input. They're having like a verbal conversation in their head. Yeah. And I remember having this conversation with a prospect once where it was like, okay, this is a price. It was like, I don't know, $2,000 a month or something, and they were like, oh blimey, it's a bit expensive, and I just didn't say anything. And then he said, yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't really think about that. And it was like, I didn't say anything it was really hard, because I was like, oh shit, I need to say something. But I remember I was like, I'm not going to say anything. And it was just like, can I put it on a credit card? I was like, yeah. So it says, like, if they ask a question, obviously you're not going to ignore them, but it says you need to let them go through their thought
and
process.
that's almost part of that discomfort. It's like I
Exactly,
still want it.
You're allowing, and this isn't like, it's not like this isn't some weird woo woo manipulation. It's very like, actually, it's just the right thing to do. It's like people need time to process information, and if they're just saying statements, that is just them making sense and trying to figure out what you've just said and to understand it. When they're ready to ask you a question, i.e., can I pay on credit card? They will ask you a question. Or can you tell me a bit more about what's included in that price? Cool, now you can speak. But if they're just like saying things, give them the space to do that. And I thought, like, that's such a profound, like, even outside of sales, to your point, that applies to anything, right? To just like life in general, of like the amount of times people say things to us. And especially, like, I feel like men are really bad at this. Like, I've always been terrible at this in relationships. Like, men as like being characterized as like fixers, right? Of like, you know, girlfriend tells you about her day and all these problems, and you're like, oh, we need to do this and this and this, and it's like, no, like, I just want you to like listen to my problems. I don't need like you to like try and fix everything. And it's so real as well, like, you know, because I felt like that as well myself. You know, if I've had problems and then people like trying to fix them, it's like, I don't want your flipping like
I'm just telling you about it right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So it's super interesting and like actually really profound how like when you give people just the space and almost like a container, it's kind of, I guess it's like
funny as well.
it's like therapeutic, isn't it, of like just talking through, same as like journaling, like talking through your feelings. You give somebody, like, speaking those words out, it gets them out of your mind.
Yeah,
I think that's why
it's so interesting how I think it's so difficult. Like you said, it felt so uncomfortable. Like, you're like, I need to tell this. He wants, like, he's struggling.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to know the price, and I'm like, well, I feel like we naturally want to do something about it. We want to end the awkwardness, even though it's the silence. But once again, within balance, you don't just like not say anything. It's like if you just didn't say anything at all, and then you just disappeared off the call.
Well, I mean, I did. You can imagine.
He's like, well, did you take credit card? You just still didn't say anything.
But and eventually, like, and to begin with, I did do it to an extreme, and then I eventually kind of got a bit better at it.
Well, you felt like you were overdoing it.
Yeah, I think I was like being too silent. Where like you can at least give someone like a you can at least say like, oh yeah, it's not, we're not cheap.
Yeah.
Like saying that isn't like what you don't want to do is kind of counter it and say, oh yeah, but you're getting all of this stuff included.
It's like
you're
explaining or trying to add on.
You're kind of not, you're not justifying
restating the original thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
So you're almost just kind of like concierging them and helping them to come to their own decisions, as opposed to like what most people would do in that situation. What I used to do would be to try to fight or counter what I had interpreted as a as a dispute or a rejection kind of thing, right? Oh, it's really expensive. Oh yeah, but actually we're doing this.
It is really good.
It's really good.
It's really good. Yeah, I think I get that. I think I've been doing that more just generally. I don't know, kind of just naturally. I don't think I have any intention, actually. I think I've just been enjoying not feeling like you need to talk the whole time. But I've just really noticed, like, it just, people seem like it's kind of like almost a kind of panic, but it is interesting how it produces something
so fascinating,
but it's just quite nice. I just think it's quite nice to to sometimes maybe it just strips the conversation back a little bit. Maybe I think we can really some people can talk so much and say nothing at all.
Oh my god.
But what have you done? You found a fear.
I
phobia.
found this is possibly one of the best fears that I've ever heard of.
It's a fear or a phobia? Phobia fear.
No, this is incredible.
Is it?
It's anatidaephobia. I feel like I'm just being really stupid with these pronunciations. Anatidaephobia. Okay, so it's the irrational fear that somewhere a duck or a goose is watching you.
Oh God! Yeah. It is kind of scary, isn't it? Though.
The picture on here is fucking terrifying.
What did you call it?
It's a picture of a really intensely looking duck.
So
just type in irrational fear that a duck or goose is watching you. But it's just how it words it. The irrational fear that somewhere, comma, a duck or goose is watching you. Like it's watching you on CCTV or something. Somewhere in the world, there is a goose watching me right now in my home.
I guess, yeah. What experience did this person have?
Yeah, it's kind of...
They got chased. They got chased by a lot of them.
No, but having a phobia of a duck or goose,
Well, it's just that it's watching you.
Yeah,
you can hear
that somewhere. It is watching you.
But you don't know where it is in the room.
I mean, that would actually...
And you can hear the footsteps.
Yeah, honestly, like that would shit me up.
If you just heard...
Would that not be terrifying if it was like pitch black and you're in bed?
I think that the mix of that and the little flapping footsteps...
Yeah.
They'd really set the scene.
Oh, yeah. And then you see a shadow of like a massive goose.
Wow. The fear of it watching you. That's not even the thing, so it's just about
That's
it
what I mean, yeah. The fear of
you.
it watching you. It just seems so like...
Is it their eyes?
Yeah, it might be actually, because they... Yeah.
I'll just try to relate.
They do have kind of scary eyes. Well, they're just so beady, aren't they? So, like, maybe there's something in that.
Those beady eyes. They are kind of beady. I don't know if I feel that fearful of it. But I understand. I do understand.
Fear of failure. Surely that's like the most common fear ever.
Fear of failure.
Normal fear of failure. The Greek word kakaraphia. Phobia. Kakaraphia means a clever or devious plot or plan. Is derived from kakos, meaning bad or evil. There are a good number of words in English that share this root. Some of these words are... Don't really understand that. Seems like a very normal fear. Fear of sleep. Wow. I mean, I can.
I think I've actually... What is the word for that? I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of get that.
Yeah,
hypnophobia.
Yeah,
hypnophobia. I mean, I guess it comes from like having like I think I used to have.
Yeah, totally.
Like if you've had a series of nightmares, like understandably you're going to be terrified about going to sleep, right? Because nightmares can be fucking terrifying. So if you've had like a series of like really bad nightmares, like that's real, 100%.
It's a shame because sleep's fucking great. What? There's a paradox right there. And then you're tired. And you're probably gonna get more fucking weird dreams.
Yeah. I mean, that, to be fair, that would be quite a good topic actually as well.
Of
Maybe
what?
Maybe one for the next one.
Dreams. Dreams is a good subject actually. We haven't really spoken about it at all.
Yeah, we might have to save that for the next one. Do you know what I do want to do, like, on that topic, and we can probably wrap this up here, but like on the topic of dreams, I have been trying to like keep a dream journal.
How's that going?
Not because I'm not particularly fussed about like the meaning of dreams necessarily, but it's more just like I do have like such weird dreams, like they're all just fucking bizarre, but actually like kind of cool. Like I come out of them and I'm like, that was so weird, but like
Yeah, they're crazy, right?
like for creative inspiration, I think that's why I want to kind of retain it. But the thing I find is I lose them so quick. Like I'll wake up and it'll be quite vivid, and then it will turn into like, I know that was a wild dream, but I have no idea what happened.
And how are you finding that you're remembering them?
I just don't. That's the thing. Like, I think I would literally have to, as soon as I wake up, I would have to like grab a pen and paper and like write. Like,
and this is it.
Because if 30 seconds go by, it's probably gone.
Yeah, and I think that's what's
really
hard about it, is because sometimes it's like, well, I think sometimes you can dream and then go to sleep. So it's like, well, and obviously you have a dream and then you wake up. But I think obviously you kind of go in and out of that. So you're trusting.
True. I think you can start a thought, can't you, which transitions into like a
So
dream,
I mean, because I'd be exactly the same. I do have dreams, but God knows I can't remember them. But yeah, I mean, dreams are a fucking great subject. We'll go into dreams.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that on one of the next ones. Who can we bring on as a guest for dreams? Maybe like someone from one of our dreams.
Maybe, yeah, we'll
interview an imaginary dream character.
Or you just invite someone that was in your dream that is real.
Yeah.
And you don't, and I'll do it, and you do it, and we invite them both on, but we don't tell them why. Hey, we'll just be like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? And then we'll both be like, it's like the whole thing where it's like, when you have a dream about someone, and then you don't really want to tell them that they are in your dream, because
so you invite them onto a podcast to confront them.
Because you feel like
Live.
that'd be a bit weird if I tell you were in my dream.
Yeah,
so instead you do it like
do it publicly.
You just want to do it publicly, get it out there, be like, hey, so basically I invited you on because you were in my dream yesterday, and I just wondered what you were doing there. How do you think someone would take that?
I mean, I think they'd probably be quite taken aback. I mean,
You
depends
think
what it is. I mean, how would you take it? How would you take it?
If I got invited onto a podcast and then they were like, basically, you were in my dream yesterday, that's why I invited you on.
What the fuck were you doing there?
I think I'd actually really go along with that. That's my kind of conversation to a T. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't actually know you knew I was there. I was just having
I thought I was invisible.
I was just having a look around. You got some lovely dreams over there, though.
Yeah, that would actually be... No, it would be quite a cool discussion. All right, we need to percolate on that.
Percolate it is.
Such a great word.
Percolate.
Percolate. Need to see the definition for that. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Oh, no, here we go. Well, it's got several definitions. If an idea, feeling, or piece of information percolates through a group or thing, it spreads slowly through the group or thing. Percolate. Yes. Okay, so it comes from...
That's a great piece of audio right there. Percolate. Yes.
Soundbite that.
Okay.
Of a liquid or gas filter gradually through a porous surface or substance. Yes. It's such a fantastic word. And the definition.
Something that
Yeah, it's like
filters slowly through something.
yeah, a liquid or gas filtering gradually through a porous surface
But
or
what
a
was
surface or
what was the
substance.
social
So it's
one?
kind of like it's being absorbed. It's basically being absorbed. So it's saying like if an idea, feeling, or piece of information percolates through a group of
Yeah.
people or a thing,
Yeah.
it spreads slowly through the group or thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's just kind of percolating. You know, it's sitting with the group and it's slowly sinking in,
Brewing.
you know?
Brewing.
Yeah.
And then.
But some information's like that, right? Some information does need to percolate. Like you hear something and you're kind of like, I need to let this percolate.
It is, no, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the same with even just like, you know, you look at, I mean, well, of course it is. It's like all of society and our value systems, and you look at 100 years ago and then you look at now, it's because there's just this continuous, slow percolating of value systems. Right? We are... So, okay, yeah, as in like a new idea comes in and we don't get it at first because we're fucking holding on to the previous ones, and then we're like, we need a bit to adjust.
That's very true. Percolate. I can't, yeah. Okay. I need to get over it now. I do need to add that to my vocabulary more. Do you ever find that, like, you find words and you're like, I need to make this, like, part of my vocabulary?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Have you also noticed, I mean, this could also be a topic in itself, but have you ever noticed, like, with people, and probably like yourself as well, and like when you start hanging around with different groups of people, you pick up new vocabulary and
yeah,
then,
or
sayings or phrases
or the way that you say it.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, that's funny as well. I mean, this is what's interesting. You know, it's like those people that you hang out with the most. Yeah, fuck yeah, you will literally, you are kind of like them. You're merging with them because like your humor, your timing, and yeah, but it is like not just like sentences. It's kind of like the way that you say it. As I've had sort of just different, you know, close friends, I can see how I've absorbed all those little styles.
I mean, that's actually why I feel like it'd be really good. That's why I think, like, if you can make up words and you can be the kind of originator of something that percolates and spreads into like your social circles, and then they spread that into their workplace, their family. It's just like fucking Cara with her like TTF, right? Like, just like that's just gonna like. Does Sky ever use that? Does she ever say time to fuck now?
Time to fuck. Yeah, I think it's going to be a kind of. I mean, I kind of thought right? it. I was like, yeah, it's actually a really good.
That's what I mean.
It's a solid. But it's one of those things as well. But like, where it's really funny as well because then when you suddenly say that to someone that doesn't know
exactly, it's kind of like, sorry.
What the fuck are you talking about?
100%. That's what's so good about it. It's that kind of like if you say it to someone who's like doesn't get it. It's like such a kind of like shocking moment. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Which is why, you know, we should just say...
Just random things.
Say outrageous random things, you know? It's good for the brain.
Yeah. We need more of these like new... what's the word? Sentence combinations. To be percolating across society.
Sentence combination. I mean, that's true, yeah, because it's like new words, but there is something about
using them in a different way.
Yeah.
Fuck's been around for ages, right?
So
it's just like totally, the context.
But there is something. I don't know what that's. What is that called? Because it's not like it's about the way that you say it and what it's in relation to. But like, yeah, it's not a sentence. It's just a series of.
Or a phrase.
Phrase, I suppose they're just phrases. Yeah. I mean, English culture has quite a lot of humorous, I don't know, bizarre little sentences.
Oh, that's a good topic as well.
That's not quite cricket.
Yeah, some weird ones
We've
there.
got some,
Anyway,
we've got some ridiculous ones.
let's wrap this one up. That was a good solid hour today. So, as always, guys, hope you've enjoyed that, and we will see you back in the next one for one of these delectable. Oh, what does that mean? Sorry, before we end this, I just need to get another definition now. I can add this into my vocabulary. Delectable is delicious, yeah. Extremely
Delicious,
attractive and delicious.
percolated podcasts. Soundbite.
Let that delectable podcast percolate for a minute.